I slid away. Imagine I get this Finnish soup. What the last try that would be. Naja. Behind me is a 300 gap to 51st. What the fuck? Okay. Let's see what we get today. Surely no desert. Aha! Yeah, we didn't have such a map since a long time. That makes sense. But for a few days then no normal cup of the day. No, always something special. Twice desert, now ice. Or desert original card, then ice. What did we have before? Also something we haven't found. We had also a typical normal dirt map at some point before that. Nicely written. The map author has nicely written his own name with the water blocks. There was actually a contest many years ago, like easily 15 years ago, on TMX, who can build a track with his nickname the best. You looked at from above. As of course I can create the right moment to touch the wall. Exactly there has to be the checkpoint as well. Holy shit, that was good. I think I will never improve this at any time. These first two corners in combination. Okay, both plays. There's so many information at once. As nice as this GPS is. On the one side I wanna look at the run, on the other side I wanna read the texts. So I cannot really focus on both. was... It's a 43.09 without that respawn. Yes, only 33rd though, so it's not a fun, even though I'm quite happy with that run, but it's not the most difficult map, so just surviving with the gears and clean isolates is not enough. You need to get tight lines as well. Like this. 10th place. Over medal. Oh, nice. Are these indicators open planet dependent? Or how do they actually even work? I always wondered how that actually works. So then he should also see them, right? I just noticed them, okay. Okay, you're not allowed to release, I guess. If I do this, I slide out, so... Also here, you would slide out. I'm just testing a bit around, because that's also nice to know where you would have to risk. Let me check the last one as well. Yeah. Yeah, you need to be very precise with your brake taps, and if you auto inside in a turn, then good luck. Yeah, I also wanted to test here. Also here, no, release is also dangerous. Tough, tough. I'm also not sure if I'm safe in the front. Also already when I drove it, I was really happy with the run, but 10th place is dangerous on ice maps. And so early, I mean, there's still a lot happening, of course. The thing is, I don't know if I myself will improve this. Now that quick. I was happy with that run. But this is not gonna be it. I think the last turn is the turn that I can improve the most. If I stick on the inside in the beginning of the turn as well, I was only in the inside at the exit. Yeah, damn it. I mean, I overtook my PB and I was quite far behind. I overtook, but then I had, of course, a more outside line towards the end. Overall, I won time though, even though my ending could have been better even with that line. That's 37th and we have still almost 4 minutes. It's gonna be close with this time. I'm definitely on the edge with this. It could be enough and it could also drop out. I just need to pray. Or I need to improve to make it super safe. I only lost one position now, that's a good sign. I should focus more on driving and not on the position all the time. Yeah, but I didn't lose that much on position, so it looks okay. I said the last one is the turn where I could maybe gain, but I'm always losing there. I'm more confident now that it will be enough. Wasn't great. What is the cutoff? 62. So my two other runs that I finished already after my PB, they would be currently sitting on the edge. But I won't be consistent. I didn't lose any position overall. I will not be that super consistent on this map. One break tip too long and that's rip. Why do I even release? Shit. Actually I dropped also places. It's getting more exciting again. And I could have had it here, no? I could have improved myself there. now we have to pray, but I mean there was not much happening with losing positions for a long time, so let's hope. Third on the server, Ol-Eye and Lunario strike. Okay, no position change. Scrappy a second? What? Lost a few positions towards the end, but it's position 60. Naja, I told you it's gonna be a bit tight, but it's still over 400, my lead. Okay, let's have a look at the records. Yeah, he's already gone. Please, what? Yeah, so in this last turn I was not really focusing good enough. Okay. Naja, gut. This is this kind of cup of the day where I'm happy to beat Div1. I'm happy that I can see who is winning, no? And my position is gonna be completely random. A top 32 would be a success, and it can easily be even the first round knockout on ice. Everything is possible, so I don't know. In theory, the idea for rounds would be don't go too tight anywhere, because we know if you need to release your dash. So this is how I would drive it. It's over a second slower than my PB, but I kept my car far away from any borders. My problem with ice and with the brake taps is just the button that I use for braking. It's a shoulder button on the gamepad, and you cannot tap the brake that shortly with that button than you could with either keyboard buttons or with the other buttons on the gamepad. Shoulder button is just not as good, so I cannot do these precise brake taps, and it can easily happen that I brake tap shortly because I need to, and then the brake tap is just a little bit too long, but it has such a big influence then on my line. If I suddenly get to inside because my brake tap is slightly too long, and then I'm dead because I need to release to open the ice tap, but then I slide out, so I cannot release, so what do I do, no? It has such a big impact being to inside, and that's the annoying thing on ice. It's interesting to hunt it then, but even that is still super random for me. It's more like a luck thing if I get one sick run through. Also, I just cannot. I cannot do that super consistent. not on that high level that other players have. Also, I avoided the first one knockout. Bad is in last. What the fuck? Yannick's out, a trick. Was bad not driving maybe. That was garbage. Oh, I was... The thing is, I have reflexes. I was very close to releasing in the last turn, because I felt maybe I'm too inside. And this reflex can cost me the round. It is actually safer to go for the maybe then tight line than to release. The release is a safe slide out. While I maybe survive around the corner. But if it was time attack, I would release. For the good angle. So I have that reflex. Oh, Nalax is out. What's with the OK boys today? Yeah, what was with the OK boys yesterday? I don't know. I mean, we're closing into the weekend. It was often they were not so many were there, but yeah. I mean, the thing is, Granati, of course, is in the Baltics for the LAN. Lars is still with Deep Dip. I mean, to be honest, before Deep Dip started, there was already quite a long time where it was only Lars and myself. And as Lars is now missing, we're only kinda consistent, but not really super consistent. Maybe 50% of the cup of the days he's here is Chris. And if he's not here, then yeah. The thing is just that we lately had 2 cup of the days where Turbo joined. And in those 2 cup of the days where Turbo joined, also Granati was there. Also Turbo joined exactly the 2 where Granati was there. So we had then 2 cup of the days with many OK boys. And then we have many cup of the days with no other OK boy, which is interesting. It would have been nicer if it was like a bit more spread out. But the thing with Turbo is he's also in the Baltics with Granati, so he has the same reason to not be here now. But I don't know is Chris reasons. Like which days he's here, which days he isn't. That's like a randomizer. I can only say on the weekend he's not often here. Also at least not Saturday. Saturday is pretty consistent that I'm mostly alone. There was one exception. Granati and I think also Lars playing before Deep Dip. Yeah, I think his sleeping with him even changed more. Like even more behind. It's really crazy. In the summer it's probably fine because you have quite often sunshine outside. Only very shortly it's dark. But in the winter, such a sleeping rhythm is so weird. I mean, I could do such a sleeping rhythm if I was not working here and there. Because I'm living alone, I just think it's so weird for his family. Like, he's living in the house with his family, and I mean, just see how it's for his family. Like when they have their day, when they are basically doing things, he's in the bed sleeping, and when they go sleeping, he goes into the kitchen and so on. Super confusing. It must be weird, I would say. I got my minimum goal, and Scrappy is in red. But Scrappy is also going for the trophies, top 32. Down not with 2 trophies, down already out. Opal is out, yeah. Some big ice names as well. I'm out. I actually got overtaken. But look at my time. I think that 42:09, yeah, you see it on the right side. It was my best time so far in the whole knockout. It was just this one round where this is suddenly not enough. And it was close. But I got my goal. Like, I went for super safe lines, and I know anything else could have knocked me out at any early round already. So, and there was no chance here. On such a map you cannot fight for the win unless people are super crashy. And then my safe lines would also be enough in that case. I guess there will be a bunch of worse rounds now. That's very likely because the round that I got knocked out was massively better than anything else before. But maybe they also surprised me. Let's see. So far the round looks okay. We have one guy falling a bit down. There's a big slide out. Bonario Strike has to go backwards into the finish and he survives. And yeah, Bonario Strike drove also a 42-0 and a 42-1 from off-cast was out again. Also it's very similar actually. No Hagen. Now there's another cool competition later. Yannex is hosting a SportX Cup again. Luckily I have seen his announcement. He is doing a Desert Car edition. Well, that is of course something for me. He plans it for 9 PM, but he already wrote me, surely it's then 9:30, because he always needs a bit longer with the mapping. So we will see when it's gonna happen. 4 crashes, that's a bad round. But I will try to join the server then, of course. Because Desert Car Edition, this is of course something for me. This sounds super winnable because I'm not sure if there is any United player joining that. And learning Desert Car maps quickly in 4 minutes of TimeAttack, it should suit me very well. You can also on normal tracks already create quite a good gap towards other players. Yannex of course will also build weird stuff with the Desert Car. There will be surely ice maps, so I should in theory prepare for that. But yeah, after Cup of the Day I will go for the shallow dip version with Desert Car. This is then also some kind of training. Yesterday when Lars ended the stream, I wanted to just close or shut off the TV, and he rated Marchi, and then I saw that Marchi wanted him to play this Desert Car version of Shallow Dip, which was the first time that Lars plays Desert, and she kinda spectated him on a weird way. That is a sick round, by the way. Spoder is in with a 0.5 and another 0.5 or low 0.6 went out. That would have been already tough to get through, and Burnt Bagels was one of the unlucky guys to be too slow in this last 4KO round, and with that a big favorite actually went out. It already knocked him out, it knocked Bad out, it knocked Opal out, also there are really quite some ice players out already. Ah no, wait, here's Opal. What kind of Opal was it then? I thought there was Opal out. Naja, who knows. This guy here is very consistent in Ice Cup of the Days. He has shown that multiple times. And he might go out now. Streamer, able to jinx. But it's not really a mistake, like he saved it. It's just now not fast enough because he had to save his line here. He avoided a crash, so he was still consistent. But on this map, just a slight mistake in your line where you need to correct is then already enough to get knocked out. So another good player out. So I was getting onto the server, into the room, where Marchi, oh my god, too early crashes. Theoretically everyone else can save it. I was getting onto the room and tried to, it was already past midnight, it was actually not my plan, but tried to go a bit up, and I can show you the recording basically of my first try, and afterwards, I got to floor 3 very quickly. Problematic was, however, when once I fell down there, because I had my stadium muscle memory in my head, and obviously the desert car doesn't jump so far, so you cannot release the way I always did it in that floor. With stadium you have to go a bit faster. So I fell down and then I could not get up again because there are really random plastic bounces in the bottom floors, where I just was not lucky enough to get through. That was quite annoying. But you will see later. First of all, we will see who is winning this cup. It is not Popal, who just slid out here. Even ice players get caught by such a thing. I don't know. Fuck this turn to the fullest. OMG. I don't think that he released. I would be surprised if he released. Probably actually slid out on its own. Didn't happen to me, but I might not be as fast. Maybe he had a gear change, or I don't know. Yeah, I can see that. If you enter a turn here with an even lower gear, then you might be really in a mud, because you need to oversteer in a lot of these corners. Eight players, only one knockout, but nothing decided. Everyone within 3.5 tenths. That's actually sick. Boah, he's out with a 0.3. This is what I meant when I said this is not winnable. And look at that orange. Orange is low 0.2. A low 0.2 is orange. That is sick. But yeah, so this here is a Gear 3 ice map. So Gear 4 in ice slides means that you can release. Even when you overslide, you can release. In Gear 4 you can do anything you want, I think. In Gear 3 you can do proper ice slides, but you shouldn't release. But you cannot slide out if you just overturn. Usually, at least. You can just over-angle your car in most of these cases, but you cannot release. Releasing is then an immediate slide out once you're over-angled. And if you are down in Gear 2, am I right that then even the overslide already makes you slide out? So in Gear 2, no releasing and no oversliding, or is it different? I should have noted that down at some point. But yeah, all eyes out. We're gonna grab a Kinderpinguin. Okay, then the issue in the last turn, if you would enter the last turn in gear 2, then the issue is probably that during this long turn, the car wants to shift up into gear 3, and then this gear shift is probably causing a slide out. So if you want to save it with gear 2, then you have to release the whole ice slide along and never gear up, always stay gear 2 through the whole turn, which is super ugly to drive, but you would probably not slide out then. This would be the way to save it, it's just super slow and very ugly to drive. Releasing all the time through a long ice slide is not nice. White was a short line. Ooh, very close. If the finish line was a bit behind, a bit further behind, it would have changed. I actually didn't really focus on first place so far. How many rounds did Teuflum win? Or is it only the one or other? Or is he on a sick cup of the day with basically 70% winning rate or something? I didn't really focus on it, maybe you did. He wins this round. Orange place was a sick time again. 0.05. I wonder if this map was known beforehand. But I got 10th very early on in the seeding. At this point, any player, also Teuflum, can easily get knocked out by pace. It just needs like a 2/10 time loss and it might be enough. Teuflum looks good though. It is between Twist, who will have the better exit here, versus Icarus. Look at that, 0.98 for Icarus. This is what Twist had to beat and he drove 0.01. That people are so consistent on ice is crazy. Backwards, yeah. Let's do backwards final. Oh, Teuflum has pressure. Shows nerves. Like this first right turn, which was the one non-ice turn, he actually opened his steering. He was afraid there. But then he goes so tight here through this right turn. That was as good as my first try on the map. Ah, he had to correct his line multiple times. He has a nice approach for this turn though. Goes through with a lot of speed, compromises his line for this, so Icarus is still in the mix. But Teuflum has now the upper hand. I don't think that it's as fast as the previous rounds. Oh, Icarus with a mega inside line, but Teuflum has the better angle here, but it might be close. It's very close actually. Teuflum wins it with a 0.02, which would have been knocked out in the previous round. But we saw already, like he had some shaky maneuvers in the start, still 0.02 of course. Alright.